Wear this.
Bro, I thought you never asked.
Pretty sure you never asked, but I'm quitting YouTube. Not quite. This video is genuinely a warning about why you should never buy an old car like this, an old performance car, and then tune it. Because today we're going through how much this has cost me. And I brought Jacob with me because he's been here every step of the way with this monstrosity, which I love, but I hate with an absolute passion. So Jacob doesn't know how much this all costs. And so today I've got an Excel spreadsheet going because I am tracking the costs. I'm not as dumb as you think I am. Anyway, today we're gonna go through the cost of what it has cost to just fix this car or buy it, fix it, and tune it to stage 1. Like that's it, that's all I've done to it. Wait till you see what the costs are. Before we get into it, what do you reckon it's gonna cost?
Okay, my guess would have to be, like, what did you include in the costs?
Everything, except for fuel.
I reckon around 19 and a half. I'm gonna say 19,466.
And what's your guys' guess?
Say it right now. Comment right now.
Comment right now.
A number.
Right now.
And if you're wrong,
comment.
How dare you?
Who the do you think you are? Just below that like button, forgot that one.
Follow the like
Okay,
button.
you can't look at the screen. I'm gonna have to tilt it this way. Just show the intake, because that's all you can actually see that's been done to it.
All you're gonna see is money signs.
Go on. I'm gonna play like, All right, sit down. You're not. I'm Matt.
He's the YouTuber.
I'm Matt Brand. Sit down. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Let's just start. Let's get straight into it. Purchasing the car cost me $9,150. I think that's a good deal, right?
I think it was a great deal.
Imagine
before
yeah.
All right.
Asterix. Yep.
Before we found out the terms and conditions of owning the car.
Of owning a 2005 Mk5 Golf GTI. I probably should have said that. Yeah, things 2005. It had been sitting for around, I don't know, he said like 5 years. I wouldn't be surprised if it was more. That was like red flag number 1, but it was cheap. And I wanted manual. Go watch that video. I've got it linked somewhere there now, and it's in the comment section. There's a whole series. Go watch it. But yeah, this thing was actually, I think, a pretty good deal. If it wasn't as absolutely as it was. Anyway, so we're at 9150. I'm gonna have a running counter up here. So then there's the roadworthy. I didn't actually pay for the roadworthy. $409.20. In that was the certificate itself, the oil filter, brake fluid, and labor, and the actual oil to change it all and everything. So $409. I didn't even pay that. But I'm gonna have it in the counter anyway, just so people here, like I was pretty lucky not having that, but you will in 9 times out of 10 have to pay that yourself. Registration, $593.04. Usually it would cost like, yeah, it was 6 months. Usually it would cost like closer to $1,300. But that's just how much it costs. Like if you do like for like a 12-month period.
Oh, if it's not got the roadworthy.
No.
Already registered.
No, so yeah, actually I should have caveated that. This thing didn't actually have any sort of registration or it had lapsed. Okay. So you have to pay for the new license plate. You have to pay for them to inspect it. It's like $40 for them just to look at it. I promise you,
Did
like
they even inspect it?
All she did was lift up the thing. It was like, where's the VIN? Showed it, and then she matched it with the card. Like, yeah. That was $40.
Bureaucracy, my friend.
Government.
ScoMo.
Anyway.
This is what they don't teach you in school.
This is what they don't teach you in school. Actually, I can tell you exactly what it included. Appointment, inspection, registration for 6 months, transport accident charge, insurance duty, number plates, and motor vehicle duty. And you can just add in there bending me over because that's clearly where...
Fisting duty.
That's where the other $600 of that $500 came from. My first modification to the car was new tires. That was the first thing I did. I put in Michelin Pilot Sport 4s because I just frankly love the tires. But it cost me $915 for a set of 4. The tires that I had on it were just some no-name, whatever, and it wasn't gonna last. So I had to do that.
It's exactly 10% of the price of the car, was the price of the tires.
You just put that in perspective for me. Yeah, it's exactly
Holy
right.
Crap.
And it also included an alignment. So when I first got it, I was like, oh, it's only gonna cost $800, and then like they slapped me with another $115. I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay, so we're already up to like almost 11 grand at this point. Right?
Yeah, we are.
Oh my
but don't look at the screen. I don't want you to see.
Looking.
Okay, no, then it was the repairs. Round 1, I call it. And stage 1 tune for a major service, which was including the water pump and I'm pretty sure it's a timing belt. I always get that wrong, but I think it's a timing belt, not the timing chain. Anyway, water pump and timing belt, new rear brakes, drive shaft reconditioning, sway bar links, PCV valve, resealed vacuum pump because that was leaking everywhere. Also the APR stage 1 tune and the cold air intake, and there's a whole video on that one. So again, go watch that. That cost me, this really hurts to say, $5,610.80.
I remember that. I remember that number
Yeah.
very clearly.
Had all the
I
work.
remember the tapping moment. That was a good.
That hurts.
Good moment.
On camera too. That was at Prestige Autoworks, by the way, who have been really good to me. So yeah, but I feel like they're not the cheapest regardless. Like,
Definitely not, but I feel like, you know, if you want your car to be looked after and treated with some nice TLC,
yeah,
tender loving care,
they did a good job.
yeah, absolutely.
Then Repco. I had to go to Repco because we had to get wiper blades. Jacob came with me for that. Didn't
Most
feel
pricey part.
It didn't feel that. That was like $100 in the end. And then a new battery too, which was like $200. $276 there, so you can add that to the tally. The stereo, the thing it had inside of it was fine. The only issue is that it was from 2005, so you know, couldn't connect my phone, anything like that. Paid $656 for a RCD 330, which is what you want in one of these things, and if you're an owner, you'll know why. But yeah, $656.81. And then there was repairs round. Oh, by the way, I installed that myself and broke half my interior doing it. So like half.
We add those future repair costs.
Future repair, like half of the plastics in there are now broken, but that's okay. Repairs round 2. Vacuum pump and diverter valve. So even though we resealed the vacuum pump at the first thing, did nothing, did not work. There was massive leaks, so I had to replace the whole pump, and the diverter valve was leaking too. Pretty sure they did that one for free, but regardless, yeah. $843.90. Oof, big oof. And we're not done. We're almost done.
I have no idea what we're up to now.
So I didn't include fuel, but I did include insurance. So it cost me $143 per month because
it's not too bad.
I'm 24. It's impossible to insure a car like under 30, like any car. Golf GTI, you just can't do it. I have to go through Shannon's. It's the only place I can go through. And
they insure mods, right?
And they also insure mods. So it was $143, including telling them that it's got a stage 1 mod. So like I can hide it from them. I've got a whole YouTube build series on it, so no risking it. I've got it in. So it's like I think it's like $1,800 a year.
You paid the year?
No, I'm doing it month by month. Anyway, so that's for 4 months for $573.16. So that's to get this car sorted, almost sorted, because there's definitely something wrong with a coolant gauge. It's not reading the right temperatures. It takes about an hour to warm up, apparently, and then it keeps dropping down. So something's wrong there. And also there's like small things like this door actuator is not working, things like that. So
and the lock as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the
okay.
lock.
Yeah.
The temperature thing needs to get fixed. The other things are pretty minor. Anyway, total without roadworthy.
Oh my God, what is it?
$18,618.
You know what?
It's only better
Worth
because I would. Is it? Yeah, you're saying that. I could have bought like a brand new Scirocco for like that price. Instead, I've got a 2005 Volkswagen
Matt?
that's still
I
broken.
hear a lot of complaining in your voice. If you want us to do that, why didn't you just do it?
I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money.
Well, now you still don't.
Oh, I really don't have the money now. And with the roadworthy, because I was pretty lucky not to have to get that, $19,027. That ain't cheap. Got to make sure I'm not having a low blood sugar from all this stress now.
I can see a vein popping out of your neck.
That's just because of my neck strength. Pulling in this car, bro. All the G-forces.
Oh my God. So just under 19,000 in all said and done.
Just under 19,000 for this car.
Okay. You thought it would be around 20, didn't
I
you?
thought it would be more. I was honestly, I hadn't done this until today. It's been like 4 months since I bought this. Have not tallied up the prices because I've been too scared to do it. I'm just like, I'm so upset. I was like pleasantly surprised in the sense that I was expecting over 20 grand. But I mean, this car right now is not worth 18.6. It's probably worth around 12 with the modification or the, essentially it's completely sorted. And it should be pretty reliable now. These things are renowned for actually having a pretty decent engine as long as you do the water pump and everything. So, and the timing belt. So it's pretty good as it is now. I think it'll last a while, but it's not worth 18 grand. Nah. And this is kind of the conundrum that I want your guys' help with and advice with, because I'm now going to tell you what it will cost to get this thing to stage 2+. And I will do it if you guys want me to. I don't want to back out of it like I kind of have with the SsangYong Chairman. Like,
also, it's been a bit inaccessible though. It's been in another country.
Oh yeah, essentially, yeah. The SsangYong Chairman's in Tasmania. Daddy Brand got it. I mean, I did say in the videos that he would take it, except he ran away to our farm in Tassie and took the car with him. I can always go on a tangent. Yeah, he just bought himself a Land Cruiser and it literally died the next day.
Are you serious?
Dead.
The one he just paid like a crap load for.
Yeah, like 50 grand for like a 2018, like 200,000 kilometers, dead.
Should have stuck with the S-Class.
And he got bitten by bull ants while he called me and he's like, I feel like I'm getting stabbed. And I'm like, oh shit, like, get it, a snake. So Dad, do you need me to call an ambulance? What did the snake look like? It's like, no, it was an ant. And I was like, okay, all right, Dad. This is what it's gonna cost to get it to stage 2+, because it's not cheap. One of my biggest regrets now is that I bought this thing as a manual. And one thing I now know from tuning this, which has been a great experience by the way, has been that manual cars, like the manufacturer is not just going to put in a clutch that's rated for higher than what the car can make, because it doesn't make financial sense to them. And they're not cool. Everyone wants a shit clutch these days. So that's what this has got. So the stage 1 tune is handling it fine, no slipping, it's doing really well, and I think it'll last for quite some time. However, if I'm going to put this thing to stage 2+, that little bit of extra power will tip this thing over the edge. It's very well documented on all the forums. So the clutch and labor, the cheapest I can do it through my guy is $1,500 for the clutch, around that, $700 or so for the labor. So a very conservative figure, about the cheapest I can get it is gonna be $2,200 just for the clutch. Yeah. And then I'll have to break it in for 1,000 kilometers before you do the tune. Before I do the tune. Because so
it would be, how long would that take you to get up to 1,000?
Forever. You guys know I do like new car reviews, so I've always got a new car. Like this is my weekender. We'd have to go on a road trip.
Every weekend.
Every
for
weekend.
Like 3 months.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And then the stage 2 tune itself, $1,550 for the downpipe and labor. High pressure fuel pump, $750. That's to get it to a stage 2+. The plus is the high pressure fuel pump. And then the stage 2 upgrade to go from stage 1 APR to stage 2 APR is going to be $499.99. So in total, that'll cost $2,800.
So you'd be looking at another 5.
So I'd be looking at another 5. And that would take me to $23,618.
You know what? It doesn't sound like that much more than 18,000.
I'm glad you think so. Go on, cough it up. I've got like $3 in my bank account right now. For those of you who don't know, stage 2+ tune really will get me more top end power out of the turbo. It's a KO3 turbo for those who know their GTIs. And that's all it will really do. It'll get me a little bit more, it'll essentially open up the power band a bit better than what it is now. Because from when I do the full review eventually, 2,500 to about 5,000 RPM is when it's when it's in its thing. Other than that, it's like dead. But it's a lot of fun within that band. So it kind of just opens that up, makes it sound better too. But it doesn't, it adds like 20 horsepower and maybe, 30, 40, 50 Newton meters of torque. But nothing that would be dramatically noticeable as far as I can tell. So if you guys want me to do it, I will do it. I will do it. It's just gonna take me a bit of time to save up for it, but I will do it. Or do you guys want me to go and do another project that has a bit more potential than this? I'm really unsure because I've already made a loss on this car, but I'm not really worrying about that. I've learned a lot and I've really enjoyed it. I've had fun making those videos with you.
It's awesome.
They're pretty funny, but I don't know what to do. I'm honestly at a loss.
Like,
I kind of want to do it.
Yeah, I think,
I just want to see what I can get out of it. At least commit,
Do you reckon you would potentially go to a stage 3 afterwards?
God, no. Stage 3, for those who don't know, would be adding a KO4 turbo from like the Mark 6R. Thing is that there's only so much you can do with an open diff. And I feel like at that point, I would rather just sell this, save up, get a Scirocco with a limited slip and with the...
Are they four-wheel drive?
No, they're front-wheel drive, but it'd be a lot of fun. It's already got a KO4.
It does?
Yeah. It's got the Mark 6R engine. I reckon all I'd have to do is do a stage 1 and I would just gap this thing to no end. Let me know. Let me know. And again, this video is a warning. Like don't do this. Do not do this. It's so bad financially.
Your parents will be
to tune a car.
Very disappointed.
If you love cars, that's a different story, but you've got to really love cars because this car, as I said, max 12 grand, I reckon. Something around that. I mean, the COVID market is crazy right now, so who knows what it's worth. But it's not worth 18 grand as it is now. It's definitely not going to be worth 23. It might go up to like 15 after the Stage 2+ and the clutch, and that'll be like it. It's got a cap. So, this isn't a smart thing to do. This is a warning. Don't be me. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. How do I end these usually?
You start sobbing uncontrollably, but you usually cut that out.
Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Go down there, comment section, like the video, and just tell me how stupid I am. I deserve it. Also, definitely share the video with a friend. If nothing else, then a warning. Don't be Jacob.
Definitely don't. But also, don't be this guy.
Don't be this guy over here. All right, thank you guys very much for watching, and see you next week.